got them both working. The red one, you guys will never believe this, but it was a fuel filter. It was definitely a fuel issue, and it was a new fuel filter too, so I took the fuel filter off. I don't seem to have any issues with it. It seems to hold, everything's good, so. All right, here was the culprit. This was the issue in the ski, this fuel filter. So. No dirty, but still didn't work, so. I took this off and it ran perfect. And as you can see, I've checked this a couple times. I just decided to just give it a shot just to make sure. And it didn't work, so I'm sorry, it did work taking this off. So obviously the filter is just bad or whatever. So I'll just be getting out a cheap filter. I will say it's not revving up quite as much as the white one. It's only going to 5,500, 6,000, while the white one's going to 7,000, where it should be. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. It could be plugs, or I mean, I'm just not really sure. So that's something else I'm gonna have to figure out. What I'm doing right now is just letting the engines break in. I know I was revving it high, and you're not really supposed to do that. You're supposed to let them just idle for like an hour or so, and then put around for an hour is what the break-in is for these, so that way you don't glaze the cylinders. But yeah, a fuel filter, can you believe it? And it's not like I have a cheap fuel filter, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. I will have to purchase another fuel filter, but for now, since I know what the problem is, I just have them running. Unfortunately, before I found out it was the fuel filter, I did rip this motor apart and I rebuilt it again. So 2 times now for this one. But it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise, because I found out this one was converted. Like the block, everything, not even a stock crank in this red one. It's all premix. So the stock crank wouldn't fit in a normal case. So I had to use that case again, because I thought, well, maybe it's a case, but it wasn't the case. So I took it all apart, blew it all apart, cleaned everything, did all that, and I found out that it was premix converted. Again, they had something done to the crank that wouldn't fit in a normal Ultra 150 case. So I had to take that into account and just put it back in the old case. I will say that the water isn't running as much as this one, but it is running because I keep checking on it. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. And again, this one won't rev up all the way. So maybe plugs, or maybe like a fuel issue, or something is going on with that one. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to figure that out later. But not a big deal. It'll at least hold 5,000, 6,000, no problem. So it won't go up to the 7,000 like the white one. But that's okay. I'll figure that out later. At least I got it running. I can't believe it was a fuel filter. I took the whole motor apart out for the second time after rebuilding it, so I didn't necessarily need all new pistons or anything like that. They look fine. Again, it was a blessing in disguise, because this one was premix, and the first tank I always run premix after I rebuild, so this one had premix in it, and so does this one. But think if I never did that, like that would have been, I would have ran this one and it would have blown up anyway. So good thing I took it apart, figured out what was going on, figured out nothing was wrong with the motor build. It was just the fuel filter. And I mean, it's not a cheap fuel filter. It's like a $30 fuel filter, the same one I have in the white one. I don't know if it failed or what's going on exactly with it. I checked it. It was clean. It's not like I didn't check that. I definitely checked it, and it just wasn't It just wasn't right. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I'll just get another filter. Probably just get a cheap one for the red one, and hopefully that works. But yep, still just letting these run.